Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be 5 tips on how I got really good at Jedi Survivor, and hopefully by the end of this video, you will become a Jedi Grandmaster. Yeah, without further ado, let's get on with the video. Step number 1, skill tree upgrades. Believe it or not, this one is quite important, especially since it's essential to the player and Cal's survival. For me, when it comes to these kind of games, my first goal is to unlock as many skills as possible. You will run into a ton of enemies at the start of the game, so if you're trying this mode on a harder difficulty, the blows are even more lethal. One skill in particular that I recently discovered was the Focus Sight skill. This will automatically evade incoming melee attacks when you hold down the B button on your Xbox controller. Or if you're playing on the PlayStation, hold down the circle button. Fair warning though, this does drain a ton of your force energy, so use it carefully. Another one I recommend is to use the Force Confusion ability. This one has gotten me out of a lot of sticky situations while exploring the planet Kobo. There's many other abilities you can discover and unlock, but it's up to you for which strategy works best for your gameplay experience. Which leads me to my second tip. Number 2. Play with all of the lightsaber stances. Everyone has their own personal preference when it comes to the lightsaber stances. Now, I can't tell you which one is better, because they're all unique and different in their own way. My personal favorites I use the entirety of my gameplay with the dual wield and blaster stance. For me, it definitely added more satisfying finishers to the challenging boss fights I encountered while exploring the different planets. I have played with the other stances, like the double-bladed lightsaber and crossguard. The double-bladed lightsaber was pretty cool, but as for the crossguard, I struggled quite a lot to get the hang of it, due to it being, well, really heavy. I have gotten used to it the more I've played with it and tested it out, but I still could use some work on it. Number 3. Read the tactical guide. Now I know this one may seem boring to some, but trust me, it helps. There are going to be enemies you run into that will make your gameplay, well, a living nightmare. Especially if you haven't caught on to their tactics by watching their strikes. I didn't read it myself until I got to the DT Sentry Droids, Magna Guards, and Destroyers. The tactical guide shows you tips on how to take down certain enemies, and it even pinpoints their weak spots, so you'll know the exact moment when and how to take them down for the finishing blow. Number 4. Master those parry attacks. This is pretty much my main secret on how I personally got really good at Jedi Fallen Order and now Survivor. I know it's difficult in the beginning, especially when a lot of enemies are sending a ton of rapid attacks at you. So then, what is the secret to defeat them? I'm gonna let you in on that. Most enemies tend to attack in patterns. If you watch them closely, stormtroopers usually attack between 3 to 4 times, while droids will add an extra swing sometimes to throw you off guard. Every enemy is different though, and their patterns tend to change during every encounter you have, so be on your guard every time you run into them. Once you've got the parries down, not only will you be able to successfully take down enemies faster, but you'll improve in combat during the boss fights as well. Number 5. Use Force Slow wisely. Last but not least is a simple, yet effective skill. When you're surrounded by more than 3 enemies, it's gonna get overwhelming. And trust me, you'll find areas where enemies will just surprise you or try to get the jump on Cal. That was my big mistake during my second playthrough when the Force ability eventually upgrades to Cal's dark side mode. No! Come on! I want so hard to get this!
That hurt?
Oh, just stop! However, I only use this ability as a last result, because in order for that force meter to fill up, you have to take down enemies to reactivate it. I used it too early in boss fights and died way too many times. So next time you want to rush into a boss fight, don't. The later you use this ability, the higher your odds are of winning. Just in case I don't make another video by the new year, I just wanted to thank you all so much for the love and support you guys have shown me this past year on my channel. It is so overwhelming and the biggest reward I could have ever asked for this year. I truly cannot thank you all enough for the love and support, the likes, the comments, the subscriptions to my channel. There are no words to explain my gratitude for it. I can't thank you guys enough. I've had the most amazing opportunity this year to meet some of you guys in person and talk to you guys online. I love you guys. You know exactly who you are that are watching this right now. You guys are the most humble, down-to-earth fans and friends I have ever met. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for everything. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And as always, my Padawan learners, may the Force be with you, always.
You are mine.
Alright. Oh, okay. I just fell. I can't believe I caught that on tape.